The information is presented for educational purposes only, is not intended to diagnose or prescribe for any medical or psychological condition, or to prevent, treat, mitigate, or cure such conditions. This information is only presented herein for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. I'm David DeHaas, your host of the Whole Body Detox Show from Living Waters Wellness Center, where miracles begin by healing from within, where each week we bring you the health information to help you understand the simple healing secrets you can use to keep your body well, allowing you to live a healthy life so you can enjoy every minute you are here on earth. Living Waters Wellness Center was formed after we discovered how to heal my body from multiple symptoms, including allergies, asthma, chronic fatigue, back pain, psoriasis, acne, hives, yeast infections, and finally cancer. After 20 years of trying numerous different treatments, supplements, cleanses, iridology, muscle therapy, acupuncture, chiropractic, acupuncture, homeopathy, naturopathy, those experiences led us to discover the recipe that became known as the 4 natural laws of healing, combining multiple natural healing modalities to fully detox and cleanse the body, and then allowing the body to take the perfect nutrition to fully restore the body back to its innate health. This became known as a 10-day healing retreat. We've helped thousands of people get their health restored so they can live their life to the fullest extent. There is no reason for you to suffer from anything. Once you learn the 4 natural laws of healing and follow those, it has been my experience and belief that you can heal from anything. Learn more about this at Living Waters Wellness Center, livingwaterscleanse.com. Click on the link at the top of the website called the 4 Natural Laws of Healing. Watch that webinar. It's my goal that you get double your money's worth on each show, where the price of admission is your precious time. So today, folks, we're going to talk about, we got 2 amazing miracles we're going to share with you. We shared with you one last week, which was pretty impactful. These are also very impactful. But before we get to those, we're going to talk about some basics in the detox world that you need to know and understand. We're living in supposedly one of the greatest countries on earth, but we're one of the sickest countries on earth because of what has been the hijacking of our food chain. 90% of our food chain is now controlled by 5 chemical companies. The average baby comes to earth with 250 chemicals in their umbilical cord. That's amazing. And that's because moms and dads have simply lived in a toxic soup bucket life. That's the bad news. The good news is there's a way to get rid of these toxins. And I've been cleansing now since about 1994, but seriously, once we discovered the right protocol, I've been on a mission ever since 2009. We opened up Living Waters to really get my body healthy. And I can tell you today, at age 65, I'm healthier than I was when I was 30 years of age. I'm going to tell you, when I was 30, I was so sick and I had no clue. I mean, doctors would look at me. I go to these medical doctors and they do these tests and say, yep, everything looks normal. Have you had that told to you? Yeah, but you're still hurting. Can't sleep at night. You got brain fog, energy, sore joints. I mean, at one time, I was seeing a chiropractor every flipping day. It's like, why am I having these nerve pains shooting down my arms and my back? I'd try to sit just right in a chair and to no avail. I'd fallen off a telephone pole and I did a lot of chiropractic treatments, but nothing was changing. In fact, finally one day they said, well, David, it's all in your head. How many of you have been told it's all in your head? Well, no one had really looked at what was going on with David. But one day, this guy looked at me and says, David, how often do you poop? I thought, what? It's kind of an invasive question, isn't it? And I said, well, I don't know, every day. Sometimes I go a couple of days, maybe 3 days. He says, David, I'm sitting here looking at you in your eyes, and I can tell you are severely constipated. You've got to do colonics. And I thought to myself, okay, but what's a colonic? Where do you get those done? There was no place to get this done. So David had to take it upon himself. Fortunately, I'm a do-it-yourself kind of guy, and I had to do it myself. I had to get the equipment, install it, hook it up, and do it. I can tell you that first colonic, I was like, whoa, awesome. I can feel so much better already. And I was hooked. And it was my little secret. And I was doing colonics, but, I wasn't still all there. And there was other things I still needed to learn. Fortunately, I found a great nutritional products company. I'm going to tell you guys, we've been using this nutritional product down here for 30 years, 31 years now. And that nutritional product actually helped me heal my torn meniscus back in 1993. I tore it in 91, and by 93, when I went to do surgery for my ACL, we knew the meniscus was tore, and I was really bummed because I played a lot of basketball and loved playing basketball. And I needed a meniscus. I didn't want to be bone on bone like some of my friends already were, and they couldn't do the things they wanted to do in the outdoors. And so I told the doc, no uncertain terms, multiple times, look, dude, whatever you do, if you can stitch it, if you can shave a little bit of it off, but keep it there, don't take it out. And I told him that like 20 some times. When I came out of surgery, the first thing I asked him, how's my knee? How's the meniscus? He says, perfect. And the reason why it was perfect, my friends, is because I took perfect nutrition. I took supplements. And if you're not taking a good quality supplement, you're robbing yourself of what your body needs. And here's what's going to happen to you. It's already happening, in fact. Every day, your body needs the right vitamins and minerals to keep your heart, liver, spleen, kidneys, eyes, ears, the hair in your head, the skin looking great. All these essential organs get first priority. So let's just say that, you wake up day and the heart or spleen needs some zinc or some selenium or some calcium, and you didn't eat it. The body says, okay, everyone, I'm going to send out a telegram to the rest of the body's organs and joints and say who's got these minerals that they can give up. And usually the bone says, yeah, no problem, take a little bit, I got lots. And that happens over a lifetime until one day, 40 years later, you wake up and maybe you're age 65, 70, 75, and all of a sudden, bam, hip breaks. You think, oh, I broke my hip. That was really weird. No, what happened is you literally sucked the nutrition out of your bones to give to the essential organs to keep you alive. And so literally you hollowed out and then you exploded like chalk dust. For the life of me, I go through all these years teaching people, individuals that come through our cleanse to clean the body, detoxify the body. And one of the things you guys are such tightwads on is getting good nutrition. What the hell's wrong with you? It so frustrates me. It's like we go to all this effort and then, yeah, I know I got a brand new car, but I'm not going to put oil in it. Yeah, we're going to forget that for a while. Yeah, what? Change it to 4,000 miles, 5,000. No. We'll go 100,000. We don't need to get new oil. Really, that's a crazy talk. And then we go and our food choices. And some of the things I want to talk about today is just some of the things you're eating that's causing you severe problems. And this stuff is on every counter in every restaurant. It's in so many packaged foods. It absolutely should be a crime. But check this out. There's a new study that finds a chemical formed when we digest a widely used sweetener is genotoxic, meaning it breaks up the DNA. The chemical is also found in trace amounts in the sweetener itself. And this finding raises questions about how the sweetener may contribute to health problems. And I found this online. I can't remember exactly where. I'd like to give the people the credit to this. It's actually on medicalnews.net. So anyway, at issue is a product called sucralose, a widely used artificial sweetener. And work by these researchers found that several fat-soluble compounds are produced in the gut after sucralose ingestion. One of these compounds is sucralose 6-acetate. To put this in context, they go on, the Food Safety Authority has a threshold toxicology concern of all genetic genotoxic substances of 0.15 micrograms per person per day. Our work suggests that trace amounts of sucralose 6-acetate in a single daily sucralose sweetened drink exceed that threshold. In other words, if you're buying these zero-fat drinks, my friends, you're getting a toxic load. Stay away from that. You're better off with just sugar. You're better off with other sweeteners. And we're going to talk about other sweeteners in a moment. In short, they go on, we found that the sucralose 6-acetate is genotoxic and that it effectively broke up DNA in cells that were exposed to the chemical. Okay. That also, we found, affects the gut tissues. It affects the epithelial cells in the gut. Now, we know when it comes to gut healing, we can heal that gut really quickly. But what happens is it makes your gut what they call leaky. And for those of you who have allergies to foods or food sensitivities or autoimmune issues, whatever word they give it to give you your diagnosis so that they can code you to get paid, what's happened is the little villi in the gut, it's got little tears in it, and stuff's going to drop in there and drop into the blood, and now you got a mighty bad problem. And you're going to learn about this in our video over at the website, livingwaterscleanse.com. Click on the link, 4 Natural Laws of Healing. You need to watch that video for 2 reasons. One, I'm going to teach you how to heal your body by yourself. or with the help of some friends here at Living Waters Wellness Center. Stay tuned to the rest of this show. You don't want to go anywhere else in this dial because we're going to be talking about some amazing miracles that just happened on our last 10-day cleanse. Guys, the miracles happen down here every time. It's so cool to watch you guys change when you come in here. And I know when you come in here, you're a little nervous sometimes about doing the process, but I'm telling you, it's a life changer. It's a game changer so that you can live your best life. And that's what we want to do. So we've been talking about sweeteners and, we talked about sucralose. Aspartame's another nasty one because it also causes brain issues. Many studies on that. And so stay away from that stuff. If you've got to, use a little sugar, but ideally the smartest thing, honey, blackstrap molasses, little grade B maple syrup. Those are things you can add to sweeten up that are natural and better for the body. Now, some of you like to use stevia. You got to be really careful about stevia. Most of the companies are making that. They've tweaked it into a chemical. It's really not the best either. I really don't like it. My body doesn't muscle test for it. One of the things we teach you on our 10-day healing retreat is to empower you to walk into any store, grab a product, put it to your body and say, is this right for my body? Is this good for my body? And in a few seconds, you'll be able to determine, yep, this is good. No, this is bad. And you'll be shocked at how many things you've been eating that are so harmful for you. When you're eating it every day, and some of them say organic, some of them say they're so great. They're not. There's some aloe vera on the market today that's got carrageenan in it. I can't believe they're putting this stuff in there. They're putting it in to gel it up. Man, it just so frustrates me. But anyway, we're talking about sweeteners, so I digressed a little bit here. Diabetes, in fact, you're going to hear this testimony in a moment, how this lady took her blood sugars from 400 after being on metformin, after doing all these things that she's supposed to do on these medications, still at 400. She comes in here, goes off her metformin, unbeknownst to me. I didn't know this whole story till the end of the cleanse. And she got through the cleanse, and by the time she got done, she was down to, I think she says less than 200. You're going to hear the story in a moment. But other things you can use. Let's talk about honey. Now, you got to be careful about honey. I don't buy it in plastic. I usually don't buy it in the stores. I go to the farmer's market. I go to neighbors who've got honey. You don't want honey that's been pasteurized. That really destroys the good nutrition in honey. But here's an article. And guys, if you're not subscribing to the Epoch Times, you're missing out. A lot of good health articles in the Epoch Times. And in this case, there's a long article about honey's unexpected effect on diabetes. But remember, it should be the real deal, not the stuff that's been pasteurized. Some of you get frustrated because it crystallizes and doesn't stay runny. Well, that's real honey. That's the stuff you want. And you got to be careful because some people are cutting the honey with who knows what. And maybe you put some fructose in it or some corn syrup, and you don't want that. You got to be careful of these manufacturers. So find a neighbor, find a farmer's market, find the real stuff that comes out of the hives. So this is a study that said there's a long-standing misconception that diabetics can't use honey, but yet researchers from the University of Agricultural Services and Veterinary Medicine in Romania discovered that when compared to the consumption of dextrose and sucrose, honey caused people with diabetes to have lower elevated blood sugar levels and higher elevated insulin levels. According to the study, honey benefits diabetic individuals. Additionally, honey's antioxidant properties are crucial in the management of diabetes. Antioxidants, what are those? Well, antioxidants are simply vitamins and minerals that stop free radical damage. So for a moment, imagine an apple that's been cut open and you leave it on the counter and it gets oxidized. That's free radical damage. Antioxidants stop the apple from browning. Antioxidants stop you from rusting out, if you will, browning out. So you want high amounts of antioxidants. We get that via food, vitamins and minerals, fruits and vegetables, and honey has some of those. So that's good news. The study goes on to find that honey can improve obesity, help actually prevent diabetes. The scientists discovered that eating honey led to a slight decrease in body weight, 1.3%, and body fat. Honey was also found to help lower total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol 5.8%, triglycerol 11%, fasting glucose 4.2%, and increased HDL cholesterol 3.3%. So all pretty good stuff. But again, find the good stuff. They also found that the honey won't cause high blood sugar in the average person. That's a real deal. It's food. Now, blackstrap molasses. Blackstrap molasses. Now, some of you will like it, some of you won't care for it so much. I say blackstrap's kind of one of the things that grows on you. Blackstrap is quite interesting, is that it's very nutrition byproduct of sugarcane. And unlike refined sugar, it's naturally rich in antioxidants, iron, calcium, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, and B6. It may help relieve constipation, help treat anemia, and support bone and hair health. So lots of benefits to blackstrap molasses. I think it'll grow on you once you start using it. Again, be sure you buy a good quality form of blackstrap molasses. And there's some stores here in town. I like my favorite little shout out to Natural Grocers, because that guy's a nice small store, well laid out. There's no junk in that store. You know, you're going to get good quality stuff in that store. I mean, there's still some stuff you should avoid, but for the most part, everything in there is grade A, and I like it because it's small, good prices, good quality, and it's all organic. Well, not all organic, but the fruits and vegetables, all organic. So rock solid. Can't say enough about them at all. Anyway, and they also have some great classes there from time to time to check out those. So a little shout out to our local store there. Anyway, many of you listening may have had a hip replacement or knee replacement. Couple of things that's happened to you that you could benefit from doing our 10-day healing cleanse. First of all, you've got metals leaching off into your body. Those metals can actually make their way to the brain. They're leaching your body, causing harm. So you should be taking some kind of chelator every single day. That would be chlorella. That would be bentonite clay. We have both here at the office. Because you don't want that going and settling in your brain. We want to keep your brain healthy. And coming up, we'll be doing some shows all about the brain and brain health. So detoxifying is very beneficial. There's also a new product that we have here that we've been using for a bit, and it's a master antioxidant that we can create in our body called glutathione. And we use this by using a simple patch. And if you go to episode number 67, I believe it is, you'll learn about these special stem cell activation patches. And on our website at called stemcellpatch.net, you're going to learn all about these amazing patches. But the one I like about the glutathione is it's helping to detoxify the body. So again, there's 4 natural laws of healing. First is cleansing the colon. 2 is cleaning up the small intestine. 3 is cleansing the blood. 4 is giving it perfect nutrition. And that is nutritional supplements and ways to activate your body's ability to heal and repair. And stem cells, you don't make more of those as you age. You get less and less. And by age 60, you're making none. That's why it gets so hard to repair from injury. So when you take these, though, it's like the patches, you are basically reactivating that body's master contractor to go to work and help you heal quickly and easily. And we've had so many amazing stories. People healing from wounds and injuries so much quicker, joint pain, shoulder issues, even in the neurological issues as well. So it's a very important tool. Again, stemcellpatch.net. Go over there, and if you want more information, just fill out the little form and we'll get right back to you. Or call the office at 208-378-9911. So what this one article alludes to is that Alzheimer's-like symptoms happen after hip replacement because of this metals leaching into the body and eventually making its way to the brain. And that's not what you want to do. So when you're younger, if you haven't had these replacements yet and you haven't been taking nutritional supplements, then you're just set yourself up to eventually have them. Because your body every day needs vitamins and nutrition, and none of you are getting enough via food. None of you. None of you. Really. There might be 1 in a million. Because I've scanned people for 20 some years, and I can tell you there's not many that get it naturally. The food chain is so destroyed, not enough nutrients in the soil. So important to use vitamins, and these activation patches are great for the win. Come back in a moment. We're going to be talking with a couple of people sharing their stories about their healing miracles by going through the 10-day healing retreat. If you want to learn more about what that is, go over to livingwaterscleanse.com. Click on the link, The 4 Natural Laws of Healing. Watch that webinar. I'm David DeHaas from Living Waters Wellness Center, livingwaterscleanse.com, where miracles begin by healing from within.
You can't treat the body and heal it a piece at a time. You have to treat the whole body naturally. That's why Living Waters Wellness Center 10-day healing retreat is so successful in helping what I call the incurables back to wellness. Here's what a few clients had to say about their experience at Living Waters Wellness Center.
For over a year, I've been dealing with gas pains, stomach pains, and it's been waking me up in the middle of the night, so I never get a full night's rest. And last night, after my first colonics, I slept through the entire night without any stomach pain or any kind of issues.
I suffered from migraine headaches for 12 years, once a month. And since I did the 10-day retreat at Living Waters Wellness Center 8 years ago, I have not even had a migraine. I've not even had a headache.
I had back pain on my left side for about 20, 25 years. After the 10-day healing retreat, the pain is completely gone.
To learn more about the 10-day healing retreat, go to healingtheincurables.com or call the office at 208-378-9911. That's 208-378-9911. The preceding examples may not be typical of your experience and may not be right for you. Seek the opinion of a qualified healthcare professional before determining if cleansing is right for you.
And welcome back. David DeHaas, your host of the Whole Body Detox Show from Living Waters Wellness Center, where miracles begin by healing from within. And by the way, guys, if you don't know what we do or understand what we do, you got to go and teach yourself how you can heal your own body naturally following the 4 natural laws. You get that video over at the website, livingwaterscleanse.com. Click on the link, 4 natural laws of healing, and watch that webinar and have your whole family watch it because it's going to empower you to become the healer. And what we have to say, when you come through our 10-day healing retreat, as you are the healee, we're teaching you to become the healer so that you can empower your own family to heal their body and live their best life. No sense being on earth, being in pain and suffering and just existing in a body when you could be living every day as hard as you want to go and to be able to live your best life and go out like a light bulb at the end. That's the best way. Hey, we've got a really cool testimony I'm going to share with you. Tina came to us, and I got to tell you, when Tina walked in the door, I thought, wow, this is going to be some work for sure. And like most people, been through a lot of suffering, been to a lot of doctors, and she's tried a lot of things. But what you're going to hear about here is how she reversed her blood sugar, dropped it over 200 points in the 10-day retreat. 150 points, I think it was. Anyway, she's feeling better, sleeping through the night, where before she was never getting any sleep because she's always had to go to the bathroom about every hour, make a tramp in the bathroom, and she's going to share with us story. So here is Tina sharing her amazing healing experience on the 10-day healing retreat.
My name is Tina.
And why'd you come to Living Waters?
Because I was having trouble sleeping and my blood sugar levels were really high, even taking medicine.
Like how high?
380, almost 400.
Wow.
Even with fasting, even doing a lot of stuff.
So what, name all the things you tried before you came here?
You mean weight loss things?
Well, for the things you had going on.
So, I had high blood pressure, diabetes. I went into the doctor and said, I didn't want any medicine. Tell me what I can do. And I went out with 4 prescriptions. I only filled one, the metformin. And that immediately made my hair fall out. I was getting clumsy hair, but I kept taking it. I broke it in half. And my blood sugar still stayed really high.
Well, so what have you noticed since you've been here?
Well, immediately, like the first night, I slept all night through. And before I would get up 5, 6, 7 times and barely not even make it to the bathroom. But day one, I slept all night, and every day since it's gotten better, and no accidents, no nothing. And, this morning I took my blood sugar and I'm down to 265. So, and I had stopped taking my medicine the day before I came here.
You've had no medicine for 12 days for blood sugar. And your blood sugar's dropped from 400 to 265.
Yes.
And you're not going to the bathroom multiple times a night. And you're sleeping.
And I'm sleeping all night long. It was like, the first night I was like in shock. I'm like, what time is it? You know? Because usually I go to bed at 10 or 11 and, 2 hours was the longest I was sleeping.
That's a huge change.
Yes. Yes, I'm very excited. In fact, my husband, oh, can we go out? No, we can't go out. So I'm excited for that. I really want to change my eating habits and stuff,
Have you felt like cravings for stuff you used to crave? Is that dissipated?
Yes, I still really look at the coffee pot and really want the coffee in the morning. But, taking the salt water and stuff has definitely helped.
Yeah. Wow. Anything else you've noticed?
Well, I lost 10 pounds over the 12 days.
That's big.
And even being on every, weight loss program in sight, probably the last 10 years, I haven't been able to lose any weight except for like right before I was diagnosed, which it's only been a year that I was diagnosed with diabetes. But I lost a lot of weight before, but the doctor said, well, you're peeing out all the sugar. So that's what they told me. I'm like, okay. But
how's your energy compared to when you first came?
much better. When I wake up, I'm not like, dreading it, like my head would, because I never got any sleep. So my head was just like, in a daze. I guess I didn't know how bad I was feeling until now I'm able to, like, actually do stuff. And
Yeah.
But
What's your favorite part of the cleanse?
I guess just the structure with it, going through everything and making sure that, here's your vitamins and, you eat well and, you've got so much education that it's like, I've heard all of these things for years, but you go a little more in depth with so that I can understand it. You guys have been so helpful. I can't wait to come back.
Well, what an amazing story that Tina had. I mean, here she goes, this high blood sugar, tried all these diets, weight loss products, been to multiple doctors, trying to get better. And she comes to the 10-day cleanse and she drops her blood sugar, gets it way down, went off her medications. Amazing story. And she's sleeping through the night. She doesn't have the frequent urination anymore. She's happier. She's healthier. She's glowing. Her skin looks better. Hair color's better. I mean, just incredible. And you'll be able to see the video of this up over on the website on Success Stories here in the next couple of weeks when we get that up. Also, you can check out our YouTube channel over at Living Waters Wellness Center. So that's youtube.com/Living Waters Wellness Center. We also have a Rumble channel and a BitChute channel. So you can check us out on all of those, wherever you'd like to get your information. So think about it, guys. Look, you can live your best life, but you got to understand the 4 natural laws of healing. We got to clean up the colon. Those pathways have to be open. You've got to open up the colon, because otherwise, I did a whole show on this. It's called pooping in the pelvis. That colon is, when it has rotting fecal matter in it, it's going to squish into the tissues and get into the blood. And when it gets into the blood says, well, how can I jettison this? And it jettisons into the lymphatic system, where you have 800 lymph nodes, 45 pints of fluid. Well, now, if you've got super bad body odor, hello, that's a sign you've got toxic bowels, toxic small intestine. And we got to clean up the whole system, the lymph, the blood, get rid of the parasites. Did a whole show on parasites. And when you do that, you're going to live so much better. Joint pain goes away. Body odor goes away. Blood sugar drops and gets normal. So all of these things come into balance once we treat the body naturally. Okay, we'll be back in a moment with another amazing story of a lady who came to see us and had amazing change. She'd been doing all the right things, she thought, And then she came to Living Waters and made a huge difference in her health. How much longer are you going to wait to get your miracle, my friend? Look at, there's only so many days on this earth, and you should be enjoying your best life. Just like I am now. At 65, I can do more than I can at 30. And this next story is about a young lady. I think she's in her 30s, and she thought she was doing everything right. And she really was. But she had some hiccups internally. And she was doing things like coffee enemas, and she was taking lots of supplements, and she was eating organic food. I mean, she was checking all the lists off, but yet, as she tells her story, she still wasn't feeling good. And that happens because what happens to us all? Emotions, mental issues, the stress of it all. We've got to heal the whole body naturally. We have to take it as a whole thing, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So she came to see us. She said, okay, I got to get better. I'm doing this right. I'm doing this right. And she was. I mean, it was amazing, but she's having all these issues. And she's going to share with you her story. And I want you to go to that now. We'll come back and talk about that in a moment.
Hey, my name is Alaina, and I came to Living Waters. Obviously looking for answers. I had dealt with constipation on and off for years, and it just got to where it was getting really bad. And I knew it was bad. I always knew like consistent bowel movements are important, and that's part of your body's function. And if your stools don't look normal, there's something wrong. And I just knew it was like what I was doing wasn't working. I've taken every supplement under the sun, but I was always rotating through what supplement would help me go from like magnesium to Senati to, you name it, just to keep me consistent. Because then if I'm consistent, I'm slightly happier. And so it was just dealing with food sensitivities and extreme bloating. If I had the wrong food, I would be so bloated the whole week. It would take almost a week to go down, and it would be like extremely painful. And it was just like, this is not me. I work out at the gym every day. I eat really clean. And it was just, I eat all organic, non-GMO, like I'm super healthy. And I just was like, something else is wrong. And so I found Living Waters and was open to the idea of colonics. And so then once I watched David's video, I was convinced that that was something I needed, and I wanted to do the 10-day. So I'm at the end of my 10-day. Today's my last day. And I woke up this morning and I told myself I felt like me again. Like I woke up with like no bloating. Everything was like normal. And I just felt really like happy and like joyful. And to say you come here and just get colonics is not what you're getting when you come here, but it's part of it. And I feel like taking the time for the 10 days, I have like kids and a really busy life, and it just, you have all these things in the outside world that cause all these stresses on you. And over the 10 days, I've just been like, wow, I've been able to give myself so much me time. And not in a selfish way, but in a, like, if I don't take care of me, I can't take care of anybody else. And so the time that I've had to just center my being and my relationship with God, and just really be able to work on me with the tools that they've given is like, I would say priceless, just because you learn how to talk to yourself in a way that that will last you a lifetime, and that I will continue to use the tools that they've taught me. It's really life changing for sure. And I knew a lot of like the positive affirmations and the mindset and goals and thinking and stuff like that, but this is a different level. This is a heart change. And even though I've always been a positive, outgoing person, we still get all of our gunk and all of our stuff that we get caught up in, and we don't even sometimes know it's there. And Living Waters helps you find it, and then they give you the tools so that you can continue on without them. And so, I've loved, like, not every minute I've been here. Some I've been like, this is painful, but you got to go through the process. And then the more colonics I did, the better and better I felt, which is kind of crazy. And I just kept seeing all the toxins and things come out of me. And that was obviously the biggest part of it, is just kind of releasing all of it, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It's just kind of letting it all go. Okay, so I guess one of my aha moments was when I was telling Wendy, after my liver cleanse, And I'd been one of the people that had, in our group, that had done liver cleanses before at home. And I always followed it up with a coffee enema and then water. And I would still get results, but the morning of my liver cleanse here, I was like a little skeptical of that. Oh, well, it just worked. It doesn't really seem anything come out yet. And I was like, we'll see when I get on the colonic bed. And when I got on the colonic bed, I mean, it all started coming out. And if you've ever done a liver cleanse, you already have diarrhea, so you pretty much feel like you should be empty. So everything that was coming out is everything that's in your liver and your gallbladder, and your body's detoxing your system of, right? And one of the things I told Wendy was that I had all these little black specks, like tons of them coming through the tube, and I'd never had that before. And so she said that the liver generally black is like coming from the liver, or it could even be like cancerous. And so I actually had a lot of cancer in my family genetically. So for me, just no matter what it was, just seeing it come out, which I'd never experienced before, was pretty awesome. And I passed quite a few stones and things like that. But that was one of the big things that I was pretty impressed with. I was like, okay, I've never gotten that. Gotten some of those other things. And then I got a handful of like cloudy, I think you would call them nests or things like that I had never gotten out either. And so I was like, okay, that's definitely impressive that I got way more toxins out than I would have at home. So there's definitely something about colonics. I'm a believer. I was like, okay, they're worth their weight. I believe it.
So guys, what an amazing testimonial that was. I mean, here she was checking all the boxes, doing all the right things, but she had gas and bloating and constipation. So many of you are constipated. I would say 90% of Americans are walking around constipated. And some of you are going to argue with me and say, well, David, I have a big bowel movement every morning. Yeah, big deal for you. What about the other 2 meals you eat? What's happening with that old food rotting and putrefying in your gut then? It's causing you problems, my friend. And over a lifetime, I mean, imagine a house that you never go into with your shoes on. And you hardly ever use the house, but yet it's just sitting there. But every day a little dust collects, a little more and a little more and a little more, even when no one's in it. And then you come back 40 years later and there's a lot of old build-up dust and muck. And so we have to clean out the body. We do maintenance on our cars, on our houses, our furnaces, our recreational vehicles, but yet we forget to maintenance us. We're meant to have some maintenance. Look at, when you go watch the video, The 4 Natural Laws of Healing, you're going to see me recite from the Dead Sea Scrolls about how these guys back in Jesus' day were actually doing colonics back then when there wasn't 80,000 chemicals. So go check that out and then give us a call. Come check out Living Waters Wellness Center because you deserve to be living your best life. I'm David DeHaas from Living Waters Wellness Center, where miracles begin by healing from within. Let's live your best life. You want to give us a call, 208-3789-911. Until next week, my friends, have a blessed week. Until then, go check out some of the other videos over on this website at livingwaterscleanse.com.
You can't treat the body and heal it a piece at a time. You have to treat the whole body naturally. That's why Living Waters Wellness Center 10-day healing retreat is so successful in helping what I call the incurables back to wellness. Here's what a few clients had to say about their experience at Living Waters Wellness Center.
For over a year, I've been dealing with gas pains, stomach pains, and it's been waking me up in the middle of the night. So I never get a full night's rest. And last night, after my first colonics, I slept through the entire night without any stomach pain or any kind of issues.
I suffered from migraine headaches for 12 years, once a month. And since I did the 10-day retreat at Living Waters Wellness Center 8 years ago, I have not even had a migraine. I've not even had a headache.
I had back pain on my left side for about 25 years. After the 10-day healing retreat, the pain is completely gone.
To learn more about the 10-day healing retreat, go to healingtheincurables.com or call the office at 208-378-9911. That's 208-378-9911. The preceding examples may not be typical of your experience and may not be right for you. Seek the opinion of a qualified healthcare professional before determining if cleansing is right for you.